for you guys too.
Oh,
like,
so you're gonna retcon that he had his other head suck the life out of him. So we just
You're
see him
good.
on the balcony, just going like, hands on his hip, just looking up, and you got skin his
for the
life sucked
first
out of him.
time,
It can end at any time, by the way.
for the first time in a long time with this campaign, I'm a little nervous for the session. I haven't been nervous for this campaign in a while.
Well, you're
but I
live.
am actually nervous.
Based on the contents of what's happening, right?
Based on it's gonna be fucking nuts. I thought about this session a lot.
Don't worry, I'm turning it down.
Well, you're
we're gonna
live.
see what-
You're live.
We're gonna see what happens.
All right, you just got served bubble tea with olives and tapioca. Good luck.
All right, let's do it.
Oh
Olive
my
bubble
God.
tea is my favorite.
Oh baby.
Olive bubble tea. I'd rather
My
chug.
favorite.
I'd rather chug 2 liters of taro than drink olive bubble tea.
Diabetes.
All right, kids. You crazy kids. Does anyone forget what happened at the end of last session? Does anyone-
And I'd like to apologize, everybody, that most of us are eating. So
That's okay. All right.
It's fucking 8 p.m., motherfucker. It's dinner time.
yeah.
Din din.
I'm just if anyone watches this back,
Okay.
I'm not sorry. Fuck you.
All right. Last session. I'm only going to lay out the current situation you're in because for the most part, you finished your conversations with Elanthius. You got yourself a pretty little unicorn. It was knocked out. You put it in the middle of the demon grinder. You drove it up on your demon grinder and your flamey horse and your scavenger. All of those things are there. None of you told Bazit to get off, so he's with you too. You got your little minions with you, and you had Gantash with you until he commanded Buru away so that he could sacrifice himself to the hand of Vecna, being wielded by Archon the Cruel. We are going to backtrack a touch. We're going to backtrack to Gantash in this moment. Currently has the hand of Vecna reaching out towards him. So, as I go through this, if there's anything that your character does, because we're going to start now, if there's anything that your character does, just feel free to stop me from talking.
Wait, you're going to before
Yes.
he gets,
Yep. Just because I just went a little too fast. Like it's still happening. Like we're still moving forward. I just wanted to give you guys more time to think about the situation, and I also think that I didn't do things properly as well. Get out of your own head, True. Let's just carry on.
All right.
All right. So, like I said, if something comes up and you guys want to dive in, feel free.
Those are two things I want to do. Come up
Okay.
and dive in.
Okay. So you are all on the ground. Actually, you know what? I've also made, I had a little bit of spare time, so I made little mappy poo. Oh yeah, sorry, Gantash is not here. Zoink. Let me know when you're in.
Me?
Oh, baby. I'm in.
Oh,
Oh, Leo.
goodness gracious.
How do you have 2 children and run a business and a wife and have spare time? I have none of those things and don't.
Yeah. Do you sleep though?
Oh, there's the map. Holy
Not really.
goodness.
Yeah, me either. Okay.
Okay, I saw a lot of people.
And there's obviously more than what you see here. So, this is the army of undead that I mentioned before in passing. Hopefully you recalled that being there. The 3 young dragons. The red one is the one that dropped off the rods. which, by the way, I will say has already happened. As Gantash was being led up the tower is when the young red dragon came over and slid there are 5 rods in total. 3 of them are on the demon grinder, and 2 of them are laying across the scavenger right now, 6 feet long. Okay, at the top of the tower, on the balcony, you see that Archon has Gantash with this large green hand reached out over his face. And as the fingers connect to his face, he seems to kind of lift him up and sends his body outwards about 3 feet over the edge of the balcony.
I do one thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna send a message with sending.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to Archon.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say you would be wise to not do this.
That's it.
I'm thinking. Sorry.
Okay.
That's rude as hell. That's it.
Well, I just want to make sure. I say that's it because he had.
25
Normally,
words.
everybody maxes it out. That's why I'm asking. Normally, everybody maxes it out.
I know why you're asking, just like the tone of like, that's it.
No, that was Archon's
okay.
response, actually.
Okay,
bud.
That's it, actually. That's
That is
that's it.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
And you can see, keeping Gantash kind of hovered in the air, 3 feet off the edge of the balcony. His kind of arms just splayed out to the sides. You see Archon kind of look down over the edge. And his response to you is, I don't think I'll be taking much advice from someone who let their friend this close to death when you had every opportunity prior to deal with it.
I can't respond, so.
Yeah. And so he begins clearly pulling at the soul of Gantash. You see it start slowly, this kind of essence start flowing out of him into the tips of the fingers about 3 feet closer to the balcony. Yeah, I'm not. You see Gantash start to shrivel and contort. And all at once, as he kind of crumples in on himself, this, just like last time, this giant cloud of spores releases from his lungs as his eyes roll back, and just this wave of spores comes out over the top of the balcony and fans out probably a good 30 feet and starts to envelop the tower. Archon kind of stumbles back, and at that, Gantash's body begins to fall. It's falling a full 8 stories.
As it's falling, I would like to walk to the approximate location at which it will land.
Same.
Okay.
And I want to have my arms out.
You're good.
Oh, I'm not trying to catch.
I'm trying to catch.
Like you all
Unless I'm still fleeing from the scene.
Oh yeah, you did have that spell cast on you.
that only lasts for 6 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I'm gonna have my arms out.
I need the two of you, if you're making your way up there,
I'm gonna go as well. I'm sorry.
to make a perception check for me.
23.
God damn.
Oh, I can't see shit. It's bright out.
There's a couple things that you notice.
Yeah, baby.
First of all, you garner the rough trajectory as to where.
Christ
sorry,
almighty, mate.
this
Just
person's
answer the phone.
4 times in a row. You gather the approximate trajectory as to where he could be landing. It looks like he's going to be landing about 10 feet away from where Krull is currently standing, like 10 feet closer to you than where Krull is. There's a couple of other things that you notice, though. As you're kind of like looking up and looking down, trying to figure out where he's going to land in the next couple of seconds, you notice that your bracers, the gems on your bracers, are glowing. You also notice there's something very strange about the landing point, where it looks like he's going to land. Like there's
And that
dust.
thing is
There's dust being kicked up very clearly in a circular pattern right where he's going to land.
I'm not running. Like I'm RP walking.
Okay. I'll say with that perception check too, you know that without, like, if you're just kind of strolling down there, he's gonna land like a good 20 seconds before you get there.
Sure.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything as this descent takes place? The descent
Racers feel weird.
onto Avernus. Do the bracers feel weird? Put it on. No, they don't.
Like they're not warm. They're not. There are gems on it that are glowing, but aside from that, there's no like.
Yeah, and they very certainly have not done that thus far.
Does anything happen if I touch them?
I'll say that as you are kind of taking more notice to the bracers, there's a certain thrumming kind of happening, like a teeny tiny vibration that you can only really see. You don't even feel it. You just see it the way the light is kind of bouncing around in the gem.
That's it.
That's all you got right now. I'm saying, like, this is like as the body's falling, so this is a very short period of time.
Okay, maybe I'll make my way to the landing spot like a little bit faster, but I'm not running.
Yep. Speed walking. Buru. You said you're trying to get there.
Yeah.
So you're running.
Yes, sir. I'm sprinting. I'm Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt.
At seeing you run, you hear Krull laughing at you.
Is he like I'm running past him?
No,
You're running towards
because you're running towards him.
Sounds like he's landing here-ish.
I'm by the way, I'm going with both of them. I'm not running like Buru, but
You're just gonna keep pace with Yol.
yeah. And I would want to try and use another spell.
Okay.
And
This is important.
what?
How far am I when he does the spell?
Well, you would be.
You're in front of
Good
me.
question. I'd say you're
I'm
probably
running though.
like this is happening in like a short frame here, so I'll say you're like 15 feet in front of him. So let's put you like here, and these guys like, yeah, right there. We'll call it like that.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to attempt to slow his fall, but not with slow fall.
That would be too convenient.
That'd be too convenient. With telekinesis.
Oh boy, these big spells are gonna be the death of me.
Pretty much, I can move an object based on. They have to make an ability check, but he doesn't need to pass anything. So I can try to move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds.
Try to move a huge or smaller creature. Make your ability check with your spellcasting ability. So anything under like, or anything that isn't, I guess, gargantuan or giant or whatever.
Okay.
So just before, like, he smacks the ground, just want to slow him down and set him on the ground.
Okay. This is another
During the
hypotenuse
contest,
problem.
you move the creature up to 30 feet in any direction, including upward, but not beyond the range of the spell. Till the end of your next turn, the creature is restrained. Oh, no, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is such a weird
It's wild.
spell in this context.
Yeah. So, as the body's falling, you're gonna have to hustle a little bit to get within 60 feet, and not like totally horizontal, because you obviously wouldn't want to cast this as he's like on the ground, right?
Yeah, we're 60 feet away from the landing spot, and he's falling 8 stories, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many feet per story?
10
10
actually,
for
I
the
know.
sake of convenience?
Actually, I think it's a little bit higher than that. Let's call it 15.
That makes the math hard, though, you fuck.
No, it's not. It's 120 feet. It's falling 120 feet.
I'll move quicker to catch. So if I'm beside Buru, then
Okay.
I'll be beside Buru when I'm casting this. So you do see it, Buru.
Okay. So you guys can get a bit closer. So if there's no other kind of plans here, I'll keep you just like slightly behind these guys, unless you plan to like sprint away. And I'll say that as the body's falling, you get to approximately here before he's within that 60 feet, and he is within like a second or so of smashing into the ground. Buru?
Oh.
Let's start with you.
So this is a second before he drops, right? And this is where I am.
You know what? I'll bump you guys up a little bit. I'll say approximately, yeah, like 2 seconds. What are you doing, Buru?
This motherfucker laughing at me, huh? There's 3 big bononos behind him.
Definitely Bononos.
Oh boy. Bro, this is handcuffed. Manacled.
Are you playing baseball? Trying to catch?
Yep. And I am fucking outfield way. Nobody in the spot to catch it.
Well, no, you
I
can.
can't
I'll say
even-
you can get there. Like you'll be able to make your way up. Silas, you're going to be, I assume, casting your spell. So let's play this out. So
Oh, you're saying I'm gonna be able to get there?
you'll be able to get there. Yeah, I just wanted to give you like a second out. So I'll say you get kind of approximately underneath him. He is ripping towards the ground. Like gravity is no joke. So, so
That's another hat idea, by the
He's
way.
already ripped though.
okay. So go ahead and tell me what you're going to do with your telekinesis there, Silas.
Well, if Buru's catching him, I'll lower him into Buru's arms.
So you're gonna just basically take control of the body and slowly dip him into the arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
I'll
just
say-
going for not a harsh impact. That's all I was going for.
Okay. I will say with the speed that he's falling,
Level spell.
it is pretty difficult, even with a big spell like that, to totally get everything you need out of it. Just in that split second where you get the spell off, you are able to slow him down a decent amount. Buru, you get there to attempt to catch him. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, this could be so cringe if I don't make it.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I don't have it. That's it. That's the roll.
Okay. The slow has been certainly, the fall has certainly been slowed. Yol, what you noticed before, and you seem to really be the only one that kind of caught this dust kick up that's happening, is Buru just steps right into it. You, at the same split second, less than a second, you see one final kind of glow of your bracer's gems, and you can see the dust take some sort of form, almost like a bowl. And it kind of wraps underneath Buru's arms, and then less than a second, and it dissipates. Buru, I am going to say you're going to take... You're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage still from the corpse of Gantash just crashing into your arms. Though you do still feel like a good, strong, solid catch. At this, Krull just looks over at all of you.
I'm confused by this bowl thing you said.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So is it like, are you saying there was like a support underneath Buru's arms when Gantash landed in them?
Yes.
Okay. That would have been okay. That is a sentence that makes sense. The one
Yeah,
you
okay.
said, not so much.
Okay, all right, I'll work on it. But from that point, the gems in your bracers are back to normal. They're off. And at this, Krull, just having a field day, just laughs and laughs. You had every opportunity in the world to deal with this, and now you just want to collect the bones. Maybe, just maybe, you're smarter than I thought. If you can find a way to put them bones to use.
You've had your use. You will not have a use for this one. Never.
Nor do I want it. He's falling apart.
Ignore that. Start moving back.
Carrying Gantash, I take it?
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you just dropped him on the ground.
No, you're right. You're right, Crawl.
Okay, so you guys make or at least Buru, you make your way back. I'll kind of drag him up. When you guys make it to about 20 feet from the demon grinder, Krull calls out to you. Says, "Wait!"
the key.
No, he put the key in the car. No. Yeah, the key. We have the keys.
Oh, the key's in the car.
The boss wants to speak with one of you.
Oh.
For what?
Just wait, he's coming. Don't move.
I'm still moving towards the landing spot, even if the dust is settled. I still want to.
Oh, you so you let Buru pass you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I bumped you back incorrectly. Okay. So I'll say that you moved your way all the way up.
Yeah, I'll stop right there. But as he says that, I'm just gonna say, nothing stupid. We're too far now.
You're saying that to Yul?
To both of you, as I walk past you. I'm just gonna turn around and hold Gantash's body and look.
Nothing stupid.
So Yul,
My weapon is stowed. My hands are empty. I'm just walking.
You're still walking towards Krull.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll say that before Archon convenes, you can get as close as you want.
I would like to get as close as where the dust was rustling.
About there.
Dust no longer rustling?
Nope. After the kick up and it kind of formed into that brace, just like the gems, it all just dissipated.
Any symbol in the dirt? Any like footsteps that aren't Buru's?
Give me an investigation check.
Are you sure you don't want a perception check? 14?
14. There is an open palmed hand, an imprint in the dust, just the size of a human hand. It's right next to your foot. No, open like this.
Oh, like that.
And is that a symbol of a god, or
Looks like a hand.
just looks like a...
You know it's not Lathander. You know it's not Torm. Torm's the closed. It's just a hand. And it's like an imprint. Like it was pressed into the dust.
Hey, cool. Weird.
Fitting that it's you again. You are forgiven. And I don't know why. Maybe so that this payment could be brought back. You're lucky I don't ask questions.
Said the boss wanted to talk, not you.
Yeah, but until he gets here, I'm your boss. Don't you worry. I'll be getting you to stand in another line. Soon enough. Seems like he's taken a liking to... And then, kind of mid-sentence, Archon comes kind of stomping out of the tower. It's like a hiss. He hushes. Krull. Turtle. You say turtle, I say turtle. And he comes kind of stomping out.
I smirk when he gets shut up.
Says, well, that wasn't the payment I was expecting. Much, much better. Little trick up that one's sleeve, though. Who knew that he was poisoned?
Poisoned by what?
My undead army saw, and I know you saw. It doesn't make a difference to me. But if you knew, who...
I mean, Yul actually doesn't know.
Yeah. And he shouts it. Who knew?
I'm gonna put my hand up. No one knew.
Well,
makes sense now, though, doesn't it?
I guess it does. No difference. The payment is made in full, and then some. Do you know how much trouble you're stirring up down here with the powers that be?
Believe it or not, I have a pretty good idea.
Just a few days and your name is legend. Even since you left, I've heard about you 4, 5, 6 times. The turtle, the old man, the minotaur, and the little boy.
From who? Who's telling you these stories? I can't imagine you get a lot of visitors.
The devils, the demons, the gods. You sure know how to stir up shit. And now I'm banking on you. Keep stirring it up.
Or what?
Did you say or what?
Said for what?
Oh. Well, you see, and he kind of like looks behind him into his tower, nods his head, and that creature that you saw in the high hall with all those crabs sitting on the organ. You see about 100 of them pour out and form into formation behind him. You keep doing your thing, trying to save that forbidden city. It's gonna leave an open seat. One that Tiamat will fit into quite nicely.
Not overly interested in your politics.
Then go save your friends or whatever it is that you do. And if you ever find a way to talk to your dead friend there, tell him Vecna says thanks.
I'll be sure to let him know. Is that all?
And he, clearly relishing in just making you stand there, waits a good 30 seconds, and then doesn't say anything. He just turns around and walks back to his tower. And leaves Krull just standing there with the dragons. Better get to it.
Nice to see you again, errand boy. We'll turn around and walk away.
Your little team feeds Vecna. Obatala's gonna feed on you next. We're gonna eat good with your squad. And he turns around and he leaves.
As I'm walking away, I want to pause and look at the palm again, just for like a split second.
And you get like right beside it, like your foot's right there. It's just right next to you.
Is there anything, I mean, aside from the fact that there was no hand there, is there anything other than that unusual about it? Are there like rings on it, like ring markings on it? Are there like prints or markings or different colored dirt?
I'll let you give me one more investigation here. On your way back.
That's a 4.
Just a human hand, man. It's just an imprint.
Yeah, then I'll leave it.
The dragons start walking back as well. And as you guys make your way closer to the vehicles, you can see the once totally stoic and stiff undead army starts just kind of breaking loose of the bind a little bit and just starting to wander back to their kind of erratic positions before you even get to your vehicles. What do you guys do? There's a horse, a scavenger, and a demon grinder.
I will be back at the cars last, presumably, so.
Silas and Buru, what are you doing?
I'm going back to the cars with Buru. That's what I'm doing. I'm following Buru. So, Buru, take the lead. I'm just heading back with Buru and Gantesh.
I also need to know logistically which kind of vehicles you guys are getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Buru?
Well,
Oh, sorry, I was
probably
muted.
on this horse,
I'm
right?
gonna go to the one with the unicorn.
Okay. You've got your horse there as well. You can unsummon it as you please, so you can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna unsummon it, I guess.
Okay. So you're going to the demon grinder with Gantash.
Yeah.
Okay, and Silas, you're joining him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get in the scavenger then.
Just get you guys so I can see where everybody's at. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. You guys taking off?
I'm not even gonna, like, I'm getting in, turning the proverbial key, and I'm taking off immediately. Like, I'm not thinking. I'm sick. I don't want to be in this fucking hole anymore.
Okay.
I guess we'll follow suit.
Okay. So
I'm gonna make Silas drive. I'm still holding Gantash.
okay.
Get in the driver's seat. Just mutter, stupid old man.
Okay. So you guys peel out undisturbed by the undead army. Make your way out, and I'll put you guys where you actually are, way up here.
Woo!
A couple things come to mind as you peel out of here. You drive up. Obviously, the fresh death of your compatriot is on your mind. A couple things come to mind, though. You kind of rethink your position, you rethink where you are, you remember the vision you had, just past the tower. You saw that army gathering, and now you got to see it kind of live. And just the events of the last couple of days come to mind as the corpse of Gantash sits stiff in Buru's arms as you drive off. Where are you going? How far are you going? Tell me what you guys are up to.
We need to lay him to rest, but not here.
And not here.
Probably best.
Take him back to Elturel. I
Elturel.
don't think we have another choice.
That's two birds with one stone. Another question then. Do we use the rods before we go to Bell?
Yes.
Settled. I'm not even gonna think about it. And I want to talk to Garga. Any objections? Do you think it would matter?
Gargoth.
That contract
Oh.
was very straightforward. You just bring them to him. Used, unused. He doesn't care.
Agreed. And what do you know of the Hand of Vecna? Of what transpired? I'm curious to know your side of what you just witnessed.
Well, this might be beyond me. Well, I know that Vecna once attempted to lay claim to all of Faerun. Made the status of a demigod, that lich. Collector of souls. I couldn't help but notice that Dragonborn seemed a bit more pleased than just with the thrill of that kill. And If I heard correctly, Zariel has claim on that soul as well. So I don't know exactly where your friend is and where that consciousness is.
Well,
Maybe his soul was ripped into.
I highly doubt that.
One could only hope.
Your freedom is close. Does that not excite you?
I've been locked away long enough. I don't get excited.
Until your freedom, I guess.
That's right.
Do you have any idea on how we're gonna get back to El Terrell up those chains? Honestly, if you know something, tell me, because I have no idea. But I will talk to my brothers, and we want to lay him to rest.
If you're planning on getting these rods up those chains as well, unless you and the turtle plan to get up there, hauling them one at a time, it's probably going to be the spellcaster that has something to do with it. Though I don't even know if he's up to it. Good luck.
So, getting up to El Terrell is one thing. Bringing the rods is another thing. Maybe I could use my nightmare. But until then, let's just head there.
So that's where you're driving, the last known location of El Terrell.
I don't like how you said that.
There's a slight issue.
I don't like how he said a lot of things this session.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
What's your slight issue?
We have to go all the way around.
Just do that
All the way
horse
around
thing.
What?
The river.
You can't cast that spell again?
Nope. I'm all out of juice.
Well,
Okay, well, that would have been good to know before we crossed. I think. I feel like we once
bridge right
found a
here.
bridge that, yeah, like a regular ass bridge, but I don't remember how guarded it was, if at all.
I don't think it was guarded. Well, I guess we're going all the way around. Oh, Frank, you're...
What?
Oh, it looked like you were talking.
Is that what you're doing?
Unless there's another way to cross, but I don't think there is.
Well,
You
I'm alone
getting
in
rest.
my car, so I can't talk to anyone.
Okay, let's just...
I could rest while we drive and
Can Yol hear us?
No, these cars are like Mad Max.
Okay. Now let's just honk to get Yol to pull over something. Just get his attention. And stop.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll honk if there's a horn, or I'll kind of start waving at him if he can see me or driving in front of him.
Okay.
I'm driving in front of them, so
I'll honk. Is there a horn?
I mean, there's not, but like, if you like, I'm sure there's a way you could.
Mind link or something.
Not anymore.
I mean, there is something that you can do. I just can't tell you to do it.
I know, but man, it costs another spell slot, brother.
No, it doesn't. Not the thing that. No. Okay.
Oh, wait.
You are in a car with Buru and Gantash and a unicorn and Bassett.
Oh, Bazit can talk. Bazit. Oh.
Did Phrank Lego.
Phrank lagged out.
Yeah, his internet went out because the game DC'd as well.
Look at that smile,
We
though.
got a new ISP.
Wow, he looks so cute.
God.
Excuse me.
And that's all, folks.
Archon's a bitch.
Hmm?
I said Archon's a bitch.
He sure is.
Only we had that ladder.
I don't think we're getting these
No.
10,000-pound vehicles across a wooden ladder on the river Styx, bud.
I know. Or a boat.
I thought whatever touches the river Styx like dissolves like acid or some shit like that.
No. Zariel drank from it.
Come. Yeah, that's gonna convince.
Well, Zariel still exists, so clearly you're not like dissolving. It's not corrosive.
She's a celestial though.
It's like amnesia, or what is it? Like it wipes your memory.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
Power went out.
Did your internet also change your shirt?
I didn't change my shirt.
Wasn't?
He just took off his sweater.
Yeah, he didn't change his shirt.
I guess.
That was what he was wearing before.
Oh, okay.
Switch the Matrix.
That's
No
interesting.
problem.
Oh.
Yeah. My bad. Little power flicker. And my new modem apparently takes forever to restart, it seems. So, anyways, hopefully you were able to discuss what you wanted to do while I was away.
Our only option is to drive. For now.
Well, okay, it's not
Oh, okay.
because driving around that thing's gonna take probably a day, something ridiculous. God knows that we're gonna, you know,
Sorry,
get
who?
stuck.
Who knows?
Torm. Sorry, Tier. My bad. Torm. Tier knows. I think it's better that you rest and we just create that bridge. I mean, also, Joel, can you see El Terrell in the sky? That's another thing.
I doubt I can. Sorry, I'm just trying to get back into the game.
Like something obvious that it's like, oh yeah, it's definitely over there.
Yeah, Frank,
Like,
is
we're
it
really
back up?
far from where we thought El Terrell was, where we think El Terrell might be. We need a new link for the game, Frank.
Oh, it should be. It's up.
It
Oh, did it change?
it might have changed.
Wow.
That's pretty cringe.
Yeah. Here's the new one in D&D links.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will switch everything.
DnD links. Game is paused. Okay.
Okay. So currently you guys have been discussing mostly between Silas and Buru driving around, correct?
Oh right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's just Silas and Buru.
I'm going to say, as you guys are kind of talking about driving around and sorting all this stuff out, you hear in your mind, how wide is it?
The river?
Yep.
Well, actually, Bazit, can you get Yoel's attention in the other vehicle to tell him to stop?
Oh yeah. Stop, Yoel. They said stop.
Then stop I shall, but I want to do it in the cool guy Fast and Furious way.
You wanna
I'm drifting and skidding.
You wanna drift?
I wonder if you know.
Give me a performance check, baby.
I'm like, do I see it that he does that? Of course I do.
Well, hold on, I have to
He's
verify
impressed.
if I even fucking do it. That's an 18. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So it just as desired, just a perfect stop. You go perfectly backwards, and you're like dead on facing the other guys.
I'm just
am
like,
obsessed with the visual of the car complete stop, but the weird little cloak thing on the back just dangling back and forth. It's going like that.
As it does.
I like see that happen, and I'm still like holding Gantash's lifeless body, and I'm just like looking at that, and I have no idea how to react. I just shake my head.
Joel Walker.
I'm not joyriding, I'm just stopping. In a cool guy way. Because I'm a cool guy.
How wide is it?
30, 40 feet, give or take. I believe.
Make it safe.
What's
We're gonna I don't know. I guess Bazet has an idea to get across.
Why can't we go across the same way we've been going across all these times?
Cause
I don't
he's
have any power left.
he's sleepy.
Been a long day, Yoel. Lot has happened.
You know what happens when I don't have any power left, Silas? We fucking die. So maybe you should juice up a little.
I'm gonna try.
Grow a fucking pair.
Before I attempt this, one of you is dead, right?
Yep. The old man.
Bummer. Okay. You trust me?
No.
Do you want me to point you in the right direction? What are you doing?
Give us your best.
Actually, you're gonna have to do that because I have to say exactly where we're gonna go, and if I don't get it right, then we're in trouble.
Wait. You're gonna take us across or to where we need to go?
Across.
Wait,
Oh.
Bazet, are you teleporting us? Or are you making a bridge?
We're teleporting.
Everything?
All of it.
We can't lose the rods.
Oh, bro.
Or you go on the River Styx.
You guys lose the rods.
If we don't get this right, you're gonna be less concerned about the rods and more concerned about all of us being dead.
How can I point you in the right direction?
Just describe it. Point me in the right direction and describe exactly, in no uncertain terms, where you want to end up within 500 feet.
Okay. I guess I'll lead him from the vehicle and put him just before the edge of the river.
Wait, within 500 feet? How close is the pit of Shumrath? If it's like 40, 50 feet across the river.
Oh, it's a good distance. It's a good distance away. Yeah.
And I'll point him to the other side.
Okay.
I'll just say, like, whatever it is to safely pass it, 70 feet. 70, 80 feet. You want me to describe where we're going?
Is it
Tell us-
7?
You gotta take an account of the big vehicles, the rods. If you can do more, do more.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll do like 100, 120. Does that sound good?
Probably.
120 feet that way, and he just points straight out.
Yep.
What?
Wait,
Okay.
do you need me to describe anything to you?
Where is he pointing?
I faced him in across the river.
Okay.
Okay, and you see his hands start to kind of drift downwards. Here we go. And 120 feet. And then he starts going through these arcane motions with his hands. And in an instant, you just see the brief glimpse of this massive door form with this black portal in the middle of it, and it just envelops your entire group. And when it dissipates and passes over you, you can see him just pointing out still, and the river is directly behind you.
Wow. Okay.
So you are useful.
I've been practicing when nobody's around.
Why couldn't you have done that out of the cage?
Well, it took me a few days to get that one right, so I was at risk of blowing myself up if I got it wrong.
And you'd rather be tortured for effectively all of eternity than accidentally blow yourself up?
That's a valid point. Yes.
Well, good job. Thanks.
I'll
I am
escort him back.
glad you're with us, I guess.
Me too. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, it felt weird. I'll just put my hand on his shoulder, give him a little shake, and get back to my car.
And he stumbles around trying to find his way to a vehicle. He ends up finding the demon grinder, just clambers up.
Well, Joel, can you see anything? Chains? Anything? Elturel?
I don't think I can. I don't think Elturel's nearly close enough for me to be able to see, but
Big
is it?
thing in the sky?
No, it's not. And from your perspectives with the map, you will, based on where you kind of know on the map where that Elturel is, you should actually be passing Fort Knucklebone on the way there as well. So, if nothing else, at least something to get your bearings.
Fort Knucklebone is this weird purple blob, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Joel, do you want to stop?
At Knucklebone?
I want to bury Gantash as soon as possible, but if Silas is...
We're not burying Gantash.
Should be an
fucking
Elturel.
Avernus.
Oh, true, yes, sorry. Could you use some rest? Maybe, actually, they can help us with the rods or something. Or...
How are they going to help us with the rods? They probably want the rods.
Yeah, never mind. Too many eyes. Do you need to take a rest?
I'm fine.
Okay, how about this?
If you want
As
to
we
rest,
drive...
I'll...
No, I don't need to. Silas needs to. I think what we'll do is I'll drive the other vehicle. I'll leave Gantash in his vehicle. Actually, sorry. I'll drive this vehicle. You continue driving. But Silas is going to probably take a rest. I'm just going to let you know that.
Great.
Through Bazit. If anything, I'll check up with you on Bazit. But you drive ahead. If you stop, I stop. If you stop, Bazit will talk to you. Got it?
Okay.
Silas, did you hear everything I said?
Yep. Do you need any more fuel, Yol?
I think I still have lots. Yeah, I still have 2 vials of Ichor. Do you need any?
I don't have any more Ichor, but I do have a soul coin.
I have 1 vial of Ichor, and I have like 2 soul coins.
I guess we're good then.
Seems a bit disrespectful to start using soul coins with Gantash in the car.
It's not like he'd find out.
Okay. Okay. If I stop, you stop. If I don't,
We
you
keep
don't.
going. Yep.
Pedal to the metal. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna sit in the back.
I am doing everything I can to get us to Elturel as quickly and directly as possible.
I need the drivers of the vehicle to roll me a d12 each.
2.
Okay.
Whoop!
You guys start ripping off as you're driving. You feel as though you're in that same haze that you were in near or when you were leaving Bell's Forge. It seems like a crawl. You'll be driving, you'll see like some sort of landmark, and 10 minutes will go by, pedal to the metal, and it just feels like you're barely passing anything.
Oh, great.
4 hours go by, I'll say, unless you guys want to do anything in the meantime. 4 hours go by, and you finally find your way just past. You can see about a half a mile in the distance the very distinguishable landmark of Fort Knucklebone. What you otherwise would have suspected would have taken probably an hour, you're at about 4 hours now. If nothing changes with your plans.
Can I say something while we're driving?
Yeah, and I will say, by the way, if you want to we can just say for simplicity's sake, if you want to communicate through Bazit, you can absolutely do that.
Okay. I'm gonna be talking to Gantesh.
Oh, buddy, I don't know how to tell you this.
I mean, you can't hear me, but I'm just gonna say it. And I don't know, Buru, you can hear. I'm just gonna say it out loud, not like screaming, but you lied, old man. You lied to me. You said you weren't gonna do anything stupid, but you did. You lied to the people of Elturel. You said you were going to save them and get them out of hell. But you can't do that now. Maybe if you weren't so selfishly blinded by your so-called honor, you would have realized that in front of you, there was one soul you should have tried to save. And now you're dead. And I'm truly lost. That's it.
And I'm gonna turn around while driving. You knew what he was going to do? Let alone you're wearing the thumb.
I didn't know exactly.
And what does that even mean? You can't call him a liar.
I asked him not to do anything stupid. That's why I called him a liar. And also because he broke his promise to Elturel, which he cared so much about.
And what did you do to stop this? Other than slowing down his body.
He gave me my word. He wouldn't do anything. I didn't know what was going to happen.
That old man used the spell against me.
He used one against me too? He lied.
Huh.
For some stupid unicorn.
That is Gantash now. Whether you like it or not. That is what he's left us, and I'm gonna call that unicorn Gantash, to be honest.
Ganty.
I really am in hell, boys.
What's done is done, but you say you're lost. Can only imagine what's going through Yoel's mind, but place is very twisted. I can't help but say, but I'm watching you, Silas. Whether I believe your words or not, as you talk to a corpse that you could have prevented, you now have something around your neck that you tried to commune with while it was around me, and I know exactly what that thing is. And the only alignment that is pure and good that was left with us, that was with us through our whole journey, we just let go.
You think even I could have stopped him in the face of Archon? Any spell that I would have cast, he would have just snapped his fingers and made it disappear. Gantash made his fate.
Would have. But you didn't. My own eyes, I saw you two do nothing.
I think we were just blindsided.
We're in this all the way now. If I can't trust you, what am I supposed to do? You're responsible of this unicorn now. I hope you know that.
I mean, we all are.
But you
Gantash made
knew
sure of that.
something. You knew something.
I did not know what he was planning on doing, Baru. All he told me is he wanted me to take the thumb for safekeeping. I questioned him, and I got nothing out of it. And I told him not to
And
do
you
anything
think-
stupid.
And you think that thumb is safer with you if he was alive? Come on.
I mean, he chose to give it to me.
And you would be the last person I would give it to. I'm just gonna keep driving.
Fair point.
Okay. All right.
He drives into the pit of Shumrath.
The pit is actually quite a bit in the distance. You don't get any semblance of it. So
All you hear is
again,
Gargoth go, no!
amidst that conversation, and another 15 minutes pass, and you can still see Fort Knucklebone in the distance behind you. This is a bit of a slog. This drive, the landscape has clearly got you enraptured again in its twisted spell of strange travel, just the shifting of time during travel. And I'll say it's going to be quite a while before you get to Elturel. So you guys can tell me, I guess, at what point, like how many hours worth of driving would you go before needing to stop with or without seeing Elturel?
I'd say 2.
2 more? It's been 4 already.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm not a driver. but
Actually, to be honest,
I was gonna say considerably more than that. Like I was gonna
Yeah.
say at least 4 more hours.
actually, I'm gonna trust. Actually, Buru is trusting Yol's eyes with this.
Okay. Okay. So what I will say is you guys travel along, and the only things that stand out at this area is you can see a couple of other vehicles, war machines, driving in the distance. Nobody really takes any mind of you. It's obvious that you all see each other as you're driving along. At about 4 hours, you come on the precipice of where the fighting.
Come on, what?
The precipice, is that not a thing?
I was sorry. I was making a
Oh,
inappropriate joke about ejaculation.
you're making a
Sorry,
cum
sorry,
joke.
folks.
That's okay. I'll try not to say the word cum anymore if it's going to trigger you to make a. Anyways, you are clearly, you find yourself on the outskirts of where the battling is taking place, and at this point you can see it's still just pockets of fighting, smaller groups out at this distance of demons and devils. You can see them, we'll call it, from your perspective, approximately a mile or 2 miles away. You can see some of the scuffling taking place, and at this point it's been yet another 4 hours, so you're at an 8-hour drive time thus far.
Okay, so being at the edge of, like, that is a point of reference. So based on that, using that as a point of reference,
Yeah.
like I think we saw that maybe when we were on our way to like Haramon's Hill from Elturel or something like that. And probably when we are on our way up north, just fucking around, seeing what we were going to see. Do I have a reference point for... I know that because we are where we are, there is no hard and fast rule of it will take this long to do this thing, but do I have any sort of vague inkling, like, okay, we're at least, you know, going in the right direction, or like this is something that I recognize and this is at least a piece of valuable information?
Well, you were definitely correct to note that the battling was taking place as like kind of a point of reference, even towards Elturel. You know that when you left Elturel, that seemed to be kind of the central hub of where the fighting was taking place on the ground. And you know that when you left Elturel, as soon as you hit the ground, you were able to, if I'm not mistaken, you walked your way to the to Fort Knucklebone, and that was a matter of less than a day.
Oh yeah, and we're now
4 hours out on
4 hours
vehicle.
out of Knucklebone.
Yeah.
So I think realistically, Yul would just, okay, dump another vial in the machine and like keep going.
Okay. Okay.
And I guess I will, for the point of like, let's, without having to RP, having how to figure out how to talk through Bazit, I'm just gonna talk through Bazit.
Yeah.
Be like, we're getting closer. Fuel up, let's go.
Okay. I'll say you guys are able to weave your way through the battlefield. It's all taking place on the ground. No vehicles are involved. And as the battling gets heavier and thicker and more frequent as you drive your way forward, I need a perception check from everyone.
12. I do want to do something after this.
So you guys are all kind of keeping your eyes out in the sky for Elturel. You remember it being about 700 feet off the ground. Buru, as you're driving along, you see in the distance a landmass that is no longer hanging so high in the sky. It looks like it's maybe only a couple hundred feet, and it has certainly shifted significantly closer to the River Styx, where it seems as though the eastern edge of the floating city is now hanging above the River Styx, with some of those infernal chains clearly anchored inside of it.
You said to the east?
Yeah,
Is
like it's being dragged eastward and down towards the River Styx.
So we're vaguely in this direction.
Oh. So it's technically
Is
closer.
what I am estimating.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm just gonna assume that you'll seize it, because I know his vision is OP.
I do have eagle eyes.
I'm not gonna think anything of it. I'm just gonna keep driving towards it, I guess.
And the battling is clearly much heavier out this way. You can see waves of demons and devils clashing up against each other. This area, or this time though, almost all the fighting is taking place right at the River Styx. The pockets of fighting seem to be still very sparse outside of that area. So where it's still anchored to Avernus, those anchor points are pretty barren. And the city is only, as you get a little bit closer, you garner, it's maybe 200 feet off the ground, as opposed to 700.
Well, Pazit, do you think you can teleport us up there?
If you can describe it well enough, just, yeah. Don't get anything wrong about the details, because we'll go over or under, and then we'll be in the air.
I can fly up there and get a good view if we need.
We can use the nightmare too. You can take
True.
Bazit up there,
Well, he can't see.
but you can describe it to him while you're just seeing it in real time.
You said only Buru noticed where the city was.
Yeah, it would take another 10 minutes of driving. And I mean, you would, knowing the reference of the battling kind of being near Elturel, if you head forward another 10 minutes towards where the fighting is taking place, I would say that you see it as well.
For the sake of argument, DM, I do that.
What's that? Oh, you do that. Okay.
For the sake of argument, like, let's keep driving until we all see it. So
I just assumed you were going based off of the reference point that you cooked up, so.
I just use.
What is that?
It's just I gain a spell slot back when I take a short rest. That's it.
Mate, we were just driving for fucking 9 hours. You feel like you could have gotten more than a short rest in.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it has to be within 24 hours. Didn't we?
You didn't get a short rest you didn't get a long rest when we long rested because you have desynced your rest schedule with ours.
Oh yeah.
Because you keep resting in cars while other people are driving.
Friggin'
Oh,
That's the Silas.
okay.
I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I feel like
I was scrolling back because I can't remember if I just took it anyways and forgot.
Oh,
anyways,
you
let-
think you
Let's
cheated?
carry on and I'll go look. No, I did. 7 days ago. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I already
Okay.
took it, so I can't.
Okay.
Seven-
So you're
oh,
you're
you-
taking a short rest
wow.
then.
Just for that,
Yeah.
take 80% of your HP in damage.
Yep.
All right.
Psychic damage.
So I have 2 hit points left. Okay.
80%, I said.
No, I know. I was just
That means
being
that you
a
have 10
wizard.
HP,
I
and we're
know.
level fucking what, 11?
I got really cool spells though.
Okay, so you get a short rest in. Go ahead and take your short rest. I mean, it happened whenever you wanted to. Okay, so that's what you guys see. Again, you can see some of the anchor points that are closer to you, clearly tugging on it towards the west, trying to get it back towards Avernus. They are pretty barren, and you can see the fight rages on towards the anchor points that are now inside of the river Styx, which seems to, by the way, be swelling a bit, almost like the tide has risen.
Well, you said some of the parts of the chain are now like coming out of the river, right?
Yes.
So maybe it's just the chain is, volume and liquid displacement.
Physics, baby.
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's pretty.
I know we
smart
can't
observation.
necessarily apply Earth physics to a fictional version of a fictional place, but
Okay, so what do you guys do?
So are we at the chain at the base yet?
It's up to you.
I mean, yeah, I'm going until we get to the chain. Like I
Oh yeah, sorry.
said, I was driving until I get to the fucking city, and so I'm driving until I get to the fucking city.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess that's what's happening.
Okay. So you make your way up there. You can see the anchor point. Looks maybe like it could even be the same one that you guys were at before. Totally barren, and waves of armies, much larger than you've seen in the past, is less than a mile away from you towards the west.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't have time to give a fuck about the armies, to be honest.
Well, you want to go scout, Buru? Your steed?
Just get us up there. We don't have time to be fucking around.
Well, I meant the landing zone.
Yeah,
For Baz.
so let's just get us up there because we don't have time to be fucking around.
Okay.
Vamos.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna hop out. Would you say DM question? If I say Balgon, does he come out? Baldon, sorry.
He does.
Nice. So I'll say Baldon.
Okay.
Call for my nightmare.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna glare at Silas. There you go. Hop on. Take Bazza with you.
Why don't you? I don't know how to ride a horse.
He'll take care of you.
I'll hop on. Bazit, come on. Follow my voice.
And while he's doing that, I want to, I guess, inspect our special guest, Ganty, in the back. The unicorn.
In what way?
I literally want to poke it. I don't know what to do with it. I'm just gonna poke it.
Okay. And is there anything in particular you're like?
I just want to see if it's still breathing, I guess.
It is not. I'll
It's
just go
not.
with you.
What?
Wait, oh, sorry, you're the unicorn or Ganty?
Mhm.
Sorry,
Yeah,
the
sorry,
unicorn.
sorry. The unicorn.
Oh, okay.
I thought-
Yeah, that it
yeah.
confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I
It's
would.
it's breathing. It's breathing.
Sorry. Uh. Hmm.
Fucking Christ.
Man, I can't do anything to talk to this thing. Let's see, what can I do while he's doing that? I'll do what Brew would do back in the day. I'm gonna take some of that old food I have and put it near its mouth.
Okay. Okay.
And just stare at it.
Just-
hoping for a response. Some Brew stuff, man. What do you mean? He's never seen a unicorn before. What the heck?
Just fucking staring.
Yeah. Does it go? You know, does it? This is legit what Brew would do. Nothing happens.
No.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna spend my time. Let's see. Is there anything else I could do? Fine. I will use a potion of healing.
Okay.
And I will spend the time trying to carefully, like, I'll hold up its head. I'll try to take a little bit of the potion of healing and try and get it in there.
Okay.
And that's what I'll be doing.
Okay. Give me a medicine check while this is going on.
Come on. Come on, unicorn. I swear to God.
Okay, I'm gonna jump over to Silas. So Silas, what are you doing, buddy?
I was escorting Bazit onto the horse,
Okay.
and I guess scouting our landing zone up in Eltrell, big enough for the vehicles and everything.
Okay. So when you make your way up there, you can see that it is indeed the same chain that you guys were at before, which does have just outside the city wall a pretty large chunk of land that could very easily fit, I mean, probably 5 times the amount of stuff that you guys have with you.
Okay, I'll describe it to Bazit.
Okay.
And I'll take us back down to everybody.
Okay. Okay. And he says, how far are we going?
How far was it? Oh, damn.
He said before it's what 200 feet.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
200 feet?
Point my finger for me.
Oh, I don't know if I like this idea.
Pull my finger, he says.
Wait a minute. Do I see this happening? Is he back down with us, or is he like?
Yeah, he's back down.
Yeah, he's with you.
Silas, maybe explain to him we're underneath it, and
Well-
he might want. So he said we're 200. It's 200 feet in the air. Oh
Mhm.
my God.
Bazit, can you go through solid objects?
Well, that's probably why he's afraid of exploding.
If as long as it's the right direction.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we're right underneath it. It's 200 feet up.
It's okay to put us in the air a bit. Like, how tall is our? What's the tallest vehicle we have? Probably the Demon Grinder, I'm assuming. Can we figure out how big the Demon Grinder is by height?
Yeah, I mean it's like at most you're looking maybe 10 feet.
All right, just be safe. Add 20 feet to it. If anything,
Okay.
it's a 10-foot drop.
Just 220 feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold my finger. Don't get it wrong.
Hold his finger.
I'll point
Close
it.
finger.
I'll point it up to Elturel.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check.
Oh God! Oh sweet Jesus! We're all gonna explode, and then this is the campaign.
Oops.
And you just. Mhm.
Can I add stuff to that?
Okay, if you're sure.
If there are things that you can add, then yeah. But you can't just be like, I'd like to add a D8 to that because that number doesn't seem high enough.
I can roll a D6.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's fine.
Oh my goodness.
That's the best.
14.
4. Okay. Okay. So you are using this dexterity check to really solidly hold his finger perfectly still, and you hear him say 220 feet, and then a bunch of just kind of arcane gibberish, and you feel yourself shake just a little bit at the end as the portal again comes and wraps itself around you, and you open your eyes and you can feel the weight a little bit weightless as you realize you are in the air, and you are crashing down to the ground. So I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Does this count as something I can see?
100%. You're falling to the earth.
Wait, how high are we up?
Do I die again?
I rolled a 18 with an advantage.
18 with advantage. Okay.
Which is, I have advantage because of my danger sense.
Okay.
How
So
high are we?
you're about 25 feet up.
I'm going to use Featherfall on myself.
Okay.
On yourself. What
I can't
little
use
bitch.
it unless I touch you, and unless I'm close to. Am I close to anybody that I could touch while falling in the air?
I mean, if you guys didn't orient yourself, so I'm just gonna say no.
Okay. Well, sorry. Oh wait, when you.
I'm not interested in
No,
being
I
fucking
know.
touched anyway.
Oh.
Back up. Ugh.
Ow, Jesus. Okay. So, Buru, what was yours? Oh, a 20. God damn. Okay, so Buru and
Like a
Yol.
cat?
Yeah, so Buru, yeah, you kind of land like the superhero pose. You absorb the shock. Yol, you get a nice little kind of roll forward as the roll Yol as you find yourself a nice spot to land, and you kind of roll into the dirt. You absorb the damage, and Silas, you don't take any damage either. Though you do see an interesting little bounce come from the demon grinder as Gantesh's corpse and Ganti, the horse, take a little thud. All right. You find yourself now on the edge that you once were at before. Oh, so many days ago.
We got our vehicles up there too, right?
You did?
Hell
Jesus.
yeah.
Oh, Bazit, how convenient, eh? Good job. If only we got your eyes.
Ow. And you can see he's just like laying on the ground now.
Wait, ow. What happened?
Well, he fell 25 feet too.
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't really understand why he was brought back down. Like,
No,
why
'cause
he
he has-
couldn't have
'cause-
just done it from up there?
Because I think he has to be with. Well, I mean, I was under the impression that he has to be with the things that he teleports with, right? Because
I mean, there's I don't know, but
the way
I mean,
out of character, the way Frank describes that it enveloped us and the door popped, whatever, blah blah. So figured we had to be with him.
possible. Don't know for sure.
Oh, we'll try it again soon, I'm sure. All right.
Okay. Now what? As you are up on Elturel, yet again in the seemingly barren streets, the noise of the lightning and thunder as clear as a bell as it streaks its way across the center of the city.
How close are we to the lowest point of the... What's it called? Not the Traveler. The Companion.
Companion? Oh, you mean like being directly below it?
Like how far are... Yeah, so like how close to the surface of Elturel is the lowest point of the Companion?
Close to the surface.
Currently.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that question.
So the Companion is a sphere.
Oh, yeah.
So spheres have one absolute point that would be close if it is in theory above a flat surface.
Yes.
Oh, we're back here.
It's in the center of the
point
city.
the lowest point of the sphere
Yes.
to the surface of the city.
Yes.
How far is that distance?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's approximately 100 feet above the city.
That's fucking nothing, isn't it?
Isn't
jump
it?
that.
Clearly, though, like this is abnormal. Like it wasn't like this when Elturel was Elturel.
Yeah, it was higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Elturel also wasn't in chains and also wasn't in hell, so...
Yeah. So, it's like I said, it's closer to the center of the city, kind of near the bridges, but on the western side of the city where you guys are.
We should go to the keep.
Yeah.
Give Gantesh proper burial.
We're not
And-
giving anyone a proper burial here.
Well,
It's the closest to resting at peace that he's gonna find. That anyone's gonna find.
maybe we'll get more answers about the keys.
Say from here, the streets are barely wide enough to fit the demon grinder. Like any type of major turns would get it jammed, basically.
Even if we
Profile
stuck
under
to the main streets. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah. Like where you are with that gate, that's a main street. And that's what you're kind of realizing. Like it'll be creeping up just maybe inches from the houses.
Well, luckily there's a big old demon grinder on the front of that there demon grinder, so if we run up against some fucking dickholes, then we can run them over.
Okay.
Let's get back to the... I forget even what the building is. It's like a
High hall.
pantheon. High hall. Yeah, the high hall. It's like a pantheon situation.
Yep.
Let's get at least as close as we can. Who even knows if we'll be able to get these fucking things across the bridge, but...
Okay. So, just let me know what you're doing. Who's in what? How are you moving?
I think this same order as last time.
Oh, I just remembered something. Gantash had the item to break the necklace, right?
Did he?
I don't think I did.
Who had it? Or who has it?
I think you do.
I don't. I never took it. It was either Gantash.
Wouldn't me?
Well, I mean, he left all of his stuff, so if nobody has it in their inventory, then you can have whoever can take it.
What was that thing called? I just want to remember.
Magical bolt cutters.
Yeah, that's basically, they didn't really have a name for you.
Magical bolt cutters. I just need to remember this. That's all. Sorry. All right. Yeah, continue, I guess.
Okay. So who's going in what?
I remain in the same vehicle.
The same vehicles, I guess.
Okay. So you guys creep your way down the streets. I'll kind of shuffle you along as a crew. And as you move, you haven't been here in many days. And in those days, it seems as though the action has dissipated. And all hands seem to be on deck at the fighting down below. The city's quiet. It's empty. You make your way up to the main road. You can see High Hall down this road. And it's quiet. Though being 200 feet from a raging war, you hear some of the clashing and wailing of that, but you do not hear anything in the city, and you're able to make your way up to the High Hall.
And that 200 feet, you're talking about the 200 feet to the surface of the...
Correct.
Okay. Remember, there was those crab things in that dragon, whatever, in here. I think we should probably scout it. I mean, is it too late? Because we're just in these big vehicles, just pumping, like we're like in semi trucks basically at this point, freaking rolling up on the street. If anything's around, they would know we're our presence, right?
Yeah.
And you gather that, yeah.
He did
Okay.
say it looked pretty deserted.
Yeah, but
We'll
the
take
way,
it slow. Yeah. Get out of the vehicle.
Yeah, the vehicle certainly will not fit up the front steps.
how about this? One of you, just go have a look.
I'll go, fuck. Wait here.
Okay.
And I will go.
So if you recall, there's the steps up that lead you through the gate. Then there's the courtyard, and then there's the steps into the High Hall itself. How far are you feeling like going?
Well, I'll go if there is, like, if it's clear in all of the steps leading up to this point, I will go, like, well into the hall. Because I want to, like, listen for footsteps and see if there's anything going on upstairs like there was
I see.
last time we were here.
Okay. You make your way. Are you loaded in?
Yes.
You make your way up through the gate into the courtyard and up the still very impressive alabaster front steps of the High Hall. When you step forward into the area of reverence for the gods, where the statues are, you can see, are being slowly corrupted still. You can see that one of the statues that was corrupted before seems to have shed itself of the tormenting grasp of the Nine Hells. And it turns its head towards you.
Which statue is it?
This guy right here.
I must have meant more so of whom.
I think you know who it is.
Okay, well, I'm just asking, all right? Someone is being a real pain in the ass about giving me details.
This is the statue of Lathander. The last you saw, it was twisted, the stone was worked into a devilish shape. And now it stands cleared of all of that.
And it's looking at me?
It turned its head and looked at you.
I'll wander up to it, but like not that close. Is this dead body still here?
Yep.
Okay, sick. Cool.
Much more decayed.
Yeah. Time did pass. The head follows me as I walk, like as I'm moving?
Yep.
I'll just kind of stare at it. You look like you have something to share.
We're gonna have a weird moment here, okay? I'm gonna need... I need Deafens to go out. This is one of those rare instances, but if we're going to keep the conversation on stream, Simo, I will DM you when to come back and you can just not deafen. Okay?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm not
Sorry, True. I'm going to just deafen you for a couple minutes here. Same with Lemon.
You say something?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
This
yeah.
is mic number one.
Okay.
This is mic number one. Isn't this a lot of fun?
Okay. So Lathander kind of, you can see the rest of the stone body kind of turns itself towards you. He's staring at you. You've been invited amongst the ranks of the Hell Riders. Congratulations.
Thank you. Seemed like it was kind of the only choice.
I must speak to you, though our time will be short. It's about Gantash.
And what about him?
He has lost his connection with Torm. Torm was unable to claim that soul, but so was Vecna. There are 3 who lay claim to him, and so he is lost. He has a contract with Zariel. He gave himself to Vecna, but he gave himself selfishly, and so Torm lays claim as well.
There's a 3-sided tug of war trying to get Captain Purity.
And there is a 4th that lays claim to his body. Do you know who this is?
No.
The same that claimed 2 of your friends and reanimated them.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
The mushrooms.
Christ. Fucking. Yeah. And what of the mushrooms?
His body has become a host. It is both an unfortunate curse, but also an opportunity. He's lost his connection with Torm, leaving a void for his, well, everything. His access to power and his will. You 3 have a much less likeliness of succeeding without him. And it goes against everything I stand for. To allow him to be reanimated. And that's why I need you.
You know I can't do that.
He will be on a clock. One determined by me and you. Once his purpose is served, and he hopefully succeeds, his soul may just be close enough to the good that we can retrieve it. But his body must not be allowed to carry on. And only you have been blessed with the ability to see that that is the case.
I was never very good at riddles. You'll have to be patient with me. Are you telling me that I have to put Gantash's soul in a different body?
When he reanimates, his soul will still be torn. I need you to end his body once the task of saving El Terrell is complete. You need the help. I can see to it that some of his clerical powers remain. Though it will be foreign to him. I need you to assure him. And you will fight together to see that El Terrell is restored. And in doing that act of good, his soul may be retrieved, hopefully. But you must end his body. And only you.
His soul is torn. What's to stop him from Another foolish, selfish sacrifice.
You. You are the mortal who wields the blade of Lathander.
Suppose I am. It doesn't sound like I have much of a choice in the matter, do I?
You do. My followers have the freedom to choose. If you think that the three of you can accomplish this, or if you choose to recruit some allies from these lost in the basement of the High Hall, that is your choice. This is but a suggestion. He will reanimate. And only you can stop it.
If we don't bring him back, is there a risk that someone else will? They won't have his body, but...
If you end his body, that is his final form. He will turn to dust, never to be reanimated again. You were given that choice and that power. But the war for his soul will be settled in that moment, and I don't know who will win.
By the sounds of it, if that moment were to be settled right now, it's not going where we want it to go.
I fear that that is correct.
You give me a choice to not make a choice.
Sometimes the difficult choices feel as though there isn't one, but there is. As long as I am by your side, you will always have a choice.
I don't think that we can do it just the three of us. I didn't really think we could do it the four of us.
Nor did I.
Frankly, I expected to be dead a long time ago. Do it.
By this hellish night's end, Gantash will be reanimated. and he will be confused. And Torm will not speak through him. But I will. It just won't be clear to him. Assure him, fight alongside him, and when the time comes, do not let his body persist.
When Elturel returns to the mortal plane, Gantash will be no more. You have my word.
And I know it to be true. This high hall is safe. You needn't scout further. They've done well at protecting themselves and feeding themselves. In fact, Gantash left them with quite a bit of food to sustain. I truly hope we can recover his soul. Feel free to tell your companions that the way is clear. You can see his stone form just start slowly moving back into place.
Well, fuck. Okay.
You want me to bring him back?
Yep. The issue being they've deafened themselves, so they can't even know.
Yes,
They're
sir.
obviously not paying attention.
I am.
I'm messaging.
No, I know, because you have eyes. Lemon is looking at God knows what.
He's good. He got the notification. Okay, you can unmute too. You can unmute. So you
Yeah,
go back to your thing.
I'll head back out to the team. Let them know that the coast is clear.
The
coast is very clear.
All right. Someone's got to carry Gantash and this unicorn.
And the unicorn?
You just want to leave the unicorn hanging out by themselves?
I get fine. Here's Saz. Can you even? You know what? I'll carry Gantash.
Okay, I guess
Good
I'll
luck, Silas.
take the
with the
fucking unicorn. I'll take
lead
the
Bazza.
unicorn. Silas, no touching.
I couldn't do it if I tried.
I believe you. I can't lift the unicorn, can I? By myself?
What's your strength? Well, actually, hold on. I'll check it. Don't say it out loud. Get a check. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tough. But you can get most of it. Like, you can carry the vast majority of the weight.
Well, then I will carry the vast majority of the weight, won't I?
Okay. So you guys are heading in with Unicorn and Gantash?
Can we bring the like, so there's the enclosed courtyard outside of the high hall.
Yeah.
Can we bring the rods in? Or even, will the vehicles fit in or no?
The vehicles will not fit in. They have to go up those stairs and then...
Okay, so let's at least bring in the rods. Because if these go missing, we're fucked.
Okay. And so far you guys haven't tried to lift them yet, but you kind of gauge them out. You could theoretically lift 2 of them by yourself.
Whoa, we'll just use the crane. What are we doing?
Well, the cars won't go in.
Fair enough.
Okay, well then I'll lift 2 of them.
Okay.
One over. I got 2 shoulders here.
So you're gonna leave the unicorn, or?
Well, yeah. Sacre fucking blood. Yes. The unicorn is not in my arms. I'm moving the rods into High Hall.
I'll just call Baldon over, and I'll put Gantash on my nightmare,
Okay, there you go.
and then I'll help.
Okay, so there's 5 rods in total. Silas, you could manage one on your own.
I'll take one.
No, I can't. What the fuck?
I'll take one. I'll try.
DM delusion? Hello?
Buru, you
Wait,
could
Silas
get
can
2.
handle one on his own, and I can only handle 2.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's weird.
Well, it's actually
So-
mostly the kind of awkward holding position that you have to keep them in, being
Okay,
6
fair
foot
enough.
6 foot wide. Holding them out in front of you, the weight would be too much, but you're able to like shoulder them, and you'd be able to carry the 2 of them. But stacking a 3rd one in there is it's not going to fly.
I understand.
Okay.
I'll take
So-
2. Buru take 2. Silas can look at 1 for a long time.
Okay, and where do you want to bring them?
I don't know, somewhere inside the High Hall, I guess. Like, I don't need to I don't think we need to bring them downstairs.
Okay.
But I just don't want to leave them out in the open. That's all. Put them over here in this little nook right under the watchful eye of the statue in front of it.
Okay. I'll say that you guys are able to do that with no real issue, and I'll just drag you guys over here so you can see what we're doing. So you guys are able to stack them in just on the inside entryway here. You've got Gantash Unicorn still on the thing, so whoever wants to go back and gather the unicorn, you can absolutely do
I will
that.
go back and gather the unicorn.
I'll help him with it, so it's quicker.
All right. So you guys are able to manage it, no problem. Still very much passed out. The potion that you were able to get into it, you could see some of the bruises and kind of how beat up it was do actually end up healing over. By the way, I didn't go over that with you, Buru.
Okay.
But it does patch itself up, but it still stays in the unconscious state. And okay, so I'll say that you guys bring everything forward, including the unicorn. I don't have the token for that up here, but either way. And is your plan to go down to the catacombs?
That was my intention. Unless someone had another plan.
No, should definitely go down there. That's the first thing I thought of.
Okay. And you find that same tribute to Torm, the Hand of Torm, with the lever beside it. Everything sealed up.
Open this motherfucker.
Okay. Okay, and same as before, the latch opens up, and you are able to head down. Sorry, there's so many maps here. Are you guys loaded in?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, that is a fucking tiny ass unicorn.
Don't worry. Okay. So for the Elturel map, everything had to be shrunk down. It's really silly. Okay. So you make your way down, and there is a guard standing there who still, very on guard, but with the door opening on its own, seems to be keen to stay relaxed and allow you guys to come down. And as he looks up at you coming down, by Torm, you're all still here.
Rhea and Raven guard immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, and he sees Gantash. He says, of course, and he runs, just takes off sprinting. As he goes, he just says, close the hatch, and he runs off.
Oh yeah, actually I'm gonna carry Gantash now. Rather than leave him on the nightmare.
I think we should probably, when the guy walks away, I'm like, we might want to get rid of the hell horse just while we're down here, if you know what I'm saying.
Ah, fine. I'm just gonna say, let's go whisper Baldon.
And as
My
it
horse.
fades, Gantash kind of like rolls off of the horse.
No, I picked him up.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Okay. And in very quick succession, coming running around the corner is 4 figures. The guard, Raven Guard, Rhea, and your good friend Faria.
This bitch.
The fact that you remember that many sessions. Perfect. And she is the first to speak. Rhea, you can see, opens her mouth to say something, but Faria kind of steps forward. What has happened?
Faria's asking?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna ignore her
Yeah.
and then basically embrace Rhea. Oh wait, shit, I can't.
You're holding
I'm, actually, I'm going to just walk up slowly with Gantash's body towards Rhea.
Okay. And she just looks down, looks up at you. Is Gantash? Buru.
Yes, my child. It's a very long story, but not in vain. There's work to be done, but we need a proper place for Gantash. That is the only reason why we are here.
Faria cuts in, arms crossed, and steps forward. You children. You're holding the body, and you don't even see it. There's no work to be done.
Excuse me?
There's no work to be done.
Then you won't be needed. Fuck off.
When did he die?
I said, fuck off.
Raven Guard. Surely you know a proper place for this proper devout citizen of Alterel.
Uru. She is right. Look at him.
Okay, I'm gonna look at him.
His eyes, the eyelids are open, and they're rolled back. And you can see at distinct points on his face thick veins protruding from pierced skin on his face. And they pulse.
They pulse.
His eyes are a milky white, Still no breath.
At their reactions, I'm going to cover his eyes. Like close his eyelids. Or attempt to at least.
Varia just says, "And what do you expect to accomplish with that? Letting him nap?"
Some fucking peace and quiet might be nice.
We brought him here to be laid to rest. Do you think we're just gonna leave him down there? Do you not understand where we've been? Do you think we were just outside in Elturel on the streets looking for refugees? You know nothing. Just do what you know what you can do here and find a proper place to lay him to rest. I know you know best, which is why we're here. There's other business as well, and we will not stop at this moment. If you do try to stop me, maybe Gantash will come alive if I try to kill you. But it will not be in vain, his death, his sacrifice. We need to get to work. He needs to be laid to rest. That is what I ask of you. And if you stall me again, I'll find someone more equipped to do what I need done. Is that clear at all?
Let me get this straight. And she holds up her own amulet. Clearly her spellcasting focus, thank you. You would rather lay him somewhere nice than have me wake him up?
I'm just gonna look at Yol. Wake him up.
And she looks at Yol too.
What do you mean, wake him up?
What you've brought here is not a corpse. Not right now, anyways.
Okay, then let's... Fine. I
Not
misjudged.
anymore.
Not anymore. And she kind of whips her hand around, grabs onto her amulet, grabs onto Gantash's forehead, and those veins that were pulsing around those wounds on his face, clearly caused by the hand of Vecna, start pulsing out and growing down his neck, across his shoulders, and to the ends of his hands. Something quite familiar to all of you as you saw this same thing happen to Nunu. And with a breathless gasp, she lets go of his head, and Gantash scrambles in your arms. Eyes almost pupilless, totally white.
I'm gonna try and like securely hold him tight. Like, you're safe. Just try to calm him down. Like, really flex my arms to encapsulate him so he can, and just... Gantash, are you here?
Gantash is just like in your arms, scrambling still. And there's these kind of moments where there's like a stillness. And he kind of stops scrambling, and then he starts scrambling again. He just can't quite find peace. And even hearing you speak, he's just dazed, disoriented.
Joel! Silas, get up here!
Leave him be. He needs to rest.
Okay, Faria. What do we do? What do I do now?
Oh, jeez.
Whatever you want. I don't care. Next time you question a priestess of Torm, think twice. And she just walks away.
Priest of Torm, but she's still a bitch.
He didn't do that. That wasn't her.
What?
Look at him. Who does he look like?
I don't understand. Are you saying this isn't Gantash?
It is absolute. It is as Gantash as Silas is Silas, as Nunu is Nunu. They're a host for a parasite.
Then what can we do?
Buru, you just very faintly hear in your head. Put me down.
And I'm gonna put him down in front of, I guess, Rhea. Step back.
She helps to like stabilize if he wobbles at all, like she's also got a tear running from down her face.
I'm not gonna stand. I'm gonna get like on all fours and just look at the ground. Just like and just kind of be staring at the ground silently on all fours.
I will say while you're down there, the stone floor that you would usually recognize as like a cold surface doesn't feel like anything. And if your attempt is to gather your breath, you don't need to, because you don't do that either.
I'm gonna lift my right hand. It's just shaking. And I'm just inspecting my hand. Anyone who's near me, I'd say that would be Buru primarily, closest to me.
As he's doing that, I want to get down on my knee, on one knee.
Buru, you notice these just like the rings that I had are gone, and they're just indents. Like there's just like these, like somebody has worn a ring for too long, and it has just like left this like indented
Ring
skin.
hands.
Yeah, and it's on all of my fingers. No rings, just these skinned indents on my hands, and that's what you see me looking at.
I don't understand. And I don't understand why people are standing and watching. I don't understand.
Uru. Raven Guard speaks to you. I don't think any of us do.
Gantash, do you remember anything?
At that, you just see puts his right hand back on the floor to kind of brace himself, and he kind of grimaces, and his head kind of reels back a little bit off to the side. I'm not sure. There's
Well, everything seems somewhat normal, but you're still here with us, right?
that depends on what you mean by here.
Maybe some rest will help. I'm gonna go watch the rods. And I'm gonna leave abruptly.
I'm gonna walk over to Gantash on the floor and try and help him on his feet. Should he accept?
I will, but weakly.
As I pick you up, I brush some fake dust off your shoulder. We got work to do. Shall we?
As you're helping him up, Yoel, just gonna say to you, if I catch your eyes, Yoel, I did not do this. This wasn't me.
I know.
Yeah, she'll just kind of nod to you. Well,
Silas, help him. Raven Guard, this might interest you. And then I'll gesture over at the unicorn we brought with.
It's hard to miss that.
Somehow the second most interesting thing that happened in this hallway today. Are you familiar with the demon zapper?
I've only heard rumors.
Well, you're looking at it.
Then the gate is more clear for the flood to come. We should tend to it. Our priests and priestesses will look over the unicorn. I'm sure it will be valuable. Did you come from below? Did you see how close we were?
To the river?
The river. I meant the ground.
Ah, well, you were, moving closer to both.
then the demons have a hold. Clearly, there isn't much time.
Eltrell is more than twice as close to the soil as it was when we first arrived.
And days remain. We've kept up our strength. We haven't lost anyone. Not since you left.
Good. They'll be needed.
I believe Buru was right. We probably could use rest. And you two are right. There is work to be done. That might be a good closing point, I think. I think that's an alright spot. Ooh, I got a little
Woo!
shivers.
Yeah, Buru fucked up. He doesn't understand.
Oh, and the song ended too, right there. Nice. This, I was afraid that this session could have been really bad, but it turned out really good.